Georgia Bulldogs and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponent, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Davison. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. He wants to change this route. Moore. Under fire. And it's a sack.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
And the Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Handoff to the lone back. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Dante Moore unloads to the wideout. Got his man. There he goes to the right. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a scintillating big play. 83 yards on the touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Here comes the heat.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. They'll go with Frazier. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, though.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off, great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
It's third and goal and third and long.
Booster! Shift.
Moore from the gun on third down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job rallying there by the defense. That's a play they needed to make. They're trailing. It's still early. Lots of football to be played, but that was an important down and distance in this one early.
And here comes the field goal unit. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. Georgia going up tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He's got it on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Gonna take a shot. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Here's Moore to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown Ducks! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you've got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. On third down, here's Frazier. Maybe some room here. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and after that big run, the defense answers. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Nestles it in at the 35. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Got him. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
This defense is going to have their hands full trying to defend the pass with all of these weapons they've got on the perimeter of the field. That is a great job bringing a dangerous target down right away after he catches the slant.
Throwing more. Caught over the middle. It's Hooks. Got some room, entered to the goal line. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Ducks! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. That's reeled in, it's Frazier. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Unloads it downfield. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started.
Gonna take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, they were probably thinking 4-down territory with the 3rd and short, so the quarterback is licking his chops thinking there's no way the defense is going to be thinking I'm taking a deep shot down the field right now. I've got a home run ball, but give the defender so much credit. He was ready for it, and he snags that out of the air.
Great discipline by this defense. Understanding it's 3rd and short, you might get a short concept. No. Playing the deep ball great with great discipline. I like the way he breaks on the football, gathers the interception, and gets the big 3rd down stop.
Moore. Under fire. Buying some time. On the move at the 30. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. Just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The snap sets up to throw. And they're able to get him on the ground.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Right back to it. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Got his man to the left. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Scanning the field, it's Stockton looking to take a shot. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on 3rd. Pocket breaking down. Throwing on the run. He's got him wide open. There he goes. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. They're lined up and ready to kick off this 2nd half. He'll bring it out. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the 2nd half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the 1st half for you.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense, forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the